we've got to the stage now where we have the sump back on underneath, and we've drained all the coolant from the system as well. You can see under there, there's the hoses. You would have seen this before in previous videos, probably, if you've been watching the series. All coolant's in there. Well, it's not even coolant, it's just water. The engine's suspended by its forward engine mounts and this this jack. Gearbox is out, obviously RMS bearing is sitting in there. It's to one side because we didn't take the chain tensioners off, which we should have probably done, but the engine's locked anyway, so it's not going to make any difference, to be honest with you. You can see the new oil cooler up there that we replaced early on before the engine locked. Gearbox is down here, various bolts, we're all labelled up, and this is some kind of order over here, so we can see what's going on. And we put the sump back on as well. That's under there, if you can see it. So today I'm going to be working underneath and on top. We're going to be taking apart and removing the various parts, power steering, pumps, electrical connectors, oil filler, hoses, basically everything that needs to be off of this so we can drop this down. We've got an engine crane which has been kindly lent to us by a good friend, Dan Monk. So thanks a lot, Dan. If you're watching this, I'm sure if you are, you're having a good old laugh. So we're going to put this down. I'm going to get a pallet, get some casters on the bottom of the pallet. I need a pallet that's about 20 inches wide because then it will clear the exhaust manifolds over here. We're going to take this part of the exhaust off on both sides. So that's the cats all the way back and there. And so yeah, this is going to be a long old job. So we'll duck in and out, tell you how it's going. On my own at the moment, but I'm sure we'll get some helping hands appear as if by magic, just like Mr. Ben, that classic 70s TV show. So anyway, sit back, enjoy. Here we go, dropping the 986 2.7 litre Boxster engine. Alright, I think one of the first things I'm going to do, obviously, because we're quite high off the ground here, and it's going to be a real pain trying to get in here and actually start taking stuff apart. So I've seen this once on a guy on YouTube working on a Porsche, and he actually took off the boot, or the trunk, or whatever you want to call it. It's only 4 bolts, I think a 10mm, just there and there, and likewise over there as well. So I'm going to lift the whole thing off. These are completely knackered anyway. I've got new ones down there somewhere, courtesy of Ali Barber. So yeah, I'm going to lift the whole thing off, and then I'm going to actually sit in there and work, because I think that'll be quite a good way to do it. This has all got to come down anyway, because all the electrics are down there. There's a major grommet down here which feeds all the electrical cables back through. We've got to take off the dipstick tube, which is there. So yeah, let's get that undone. Right, so let's get these off. There's a little clip, I better see it down here, but it's a little clip that goes around that keeps this ball joint in place up there. So we'll take this off. It should come off just with a little tap now. Yep, that's one off. We'll just do the same for this side over here off camera. Yeah. Don't have to worry too much about these because I bought new ones, so these clips are going to be redundant. So, there we go, that's one off. That's off there. Let's do this one. There we go. Just a little locking clip. Just goes in there. Let's move that up. That's got it. Likewise the other side. Right. We'll use that block of wood. The camera's on. Just wedge the boot open for a while. And then let's take these off. One. These are have definitely been off before because the paint has all been removed off the top. So someone's probably had the same idea. Do the other side. Okay, so I've got them off. Oops. Put them back in a moment. Okay, it looks like it's going to lift straight off. And there it does. For now, and there we have it. Okay, let's move on inside. I think the first one we're going to get off now is the MAF sensor. It's down there. And then we've got to take off the power steering, we've got to take off the oil dipstick tube, as I said. It's all round in here, so I've got a lot better access now. So let's get in that boot. Right, you join me in the boot. There we are. I've rigged up my lights as well on the roof. These are pointing obviously down. Just need to tighten them up a bit, just get the angle right. But yeah, that's providing quite a nice lot of light in there. So as I said, first thing we're going to get off, we're going to undo. I've already took the airflow tube off that went from there down to there. That fell off basically and got in the way, so we threw it to one side in a fit of anger. And we've got to disconnect the power steering reservoir there and associated hoses. We've got to take off the oil filler cap, which is, or the oil filler tube, which is down there somewhere. It's coming from here. That comes down under there. Associated plumbing and wiring all under here. The covers here, they stay on, which is good, so we don't have to take them off. There's a bolt down there for the air conditioning compressor, which is, you just can see the top of it just down there. There's two bolts so that you can see from the inside the car, and there's another one down there that needs to come off as well. We've got various wiring to come off down there as well. Yeah, lots of stuff, to be honest with you. I'm following a very good book, which is 101 Porsche. Just bring it over here into shot. 101 Porsche projects. A massive shout out to a guy on the internet over in America. I think he's in Las Vegas or Los Angeles. Help Me DIY. I'll put a link to his channel. He has got some fantastic videos about removing Boxster engines and Porsches in general, and the one he does for removing this engine is in 3 parts, and he covers everything in such detail that there's no need for me to cover it in here. I'd never be able to get to that kind of level, but I've been following it, reading about it, got the rough idea in my order in my head. So yeah, I'm just going to try and drop it the same way that he has. He had a 4-post lift and a very nice garage train, so engine lift, so he should be fine, but I haven't got that. So let's see. Engine Boxster removal. Okay, little update. So we've got the power steering reservoir off, which is down there, siphoned out the fluid that was left in there. The secondary air injection pump just there. So I've removed the piping and the electrical connectors, but I think that can stay in place. I don't see any reason why that has to move, because it's bolted to the back of the engine compartment, so I don't see why that has to go. The hoses have been disconnected there. Also disconnected the oil filler pipe, the air separator, air oil separator, I think, whatever it's called. That's still in place. I think I need to remove maybe a pipe down there from that. And the next step I started to remove is the air conditioning compressor. So one bolt there, which would just come straight out. The other one's hidden down there, so unfortunately you can't see, but that's out. And then what I've got to do is move it back in towards the engine bay that way and just rest it on the back, and then when the engine lowers, then you can feed it back through and it comes out with the engine. But you don't need to lose any air compression gas if there's any in there. I don't think there is, to be honest. But anyway, that's a good way of doing it, so you don't have to recharge your system. So let's get that moved forward, and then we'll move on to the next steps. Okay, so we've moved on. Air compressor bolts are all out down there. That's sitting nicely there. There was two at the top and one down the intake over there. So now we need to get the wiring loom out. It's got to poke through over there, go through the engine. Which is what it looks like beforehand, mainly for my reference this. But yeah, lots of these have to be unplugged and pushed back through so it sits on top of the engine when it's lowered. So let's crack on with that. Right, quick update. So it's all been disconnected. You see the engine loom sitting up there. That's all gone. We've removed the oil filler neck, dipstick. Everything is now free. Underneath the car we've also removed the fuel lines, power steering lines. As you can see, we've removed the clamshell, it's here. And now it's a case of getting the jacks underneath, and then we're going to drop them down. Drop the engine down after removing this jack, take some weight on the sump, and then slowly lower it down. And yeah, it's going to be trial and error. We're just going to see what happens basically. But we can't remove anything else. The engine's free, so there's nothing connected to it. It's just the front engine mount that's holding it on now, which is just there. That you can see. It's got the socket on it at the minute, waiting to come down. So yeah, that is buzzing off. That will be removed, and then we'll lower it down and we'll see how much clearance we get. If we actually get past this this cross member, but if not, we'll have to jack the car back up a bit more. So we're not using the engine crane because we can only find one mounting point, which is up there next to the MAF, and that doesn't seem that substantial to support the weight of a 450 kilogram engine. So we're going to do it via two jacks. Right, let's see how we get on. Right, so we've got a jack up there now. We've removed the jack stand, and we've got the jack holding up the engine. We've removed the 4 bolts from the front engine mount. One's come out like that. The rest have come out with just the nut. And now the idea is that we're going to slowly lower it. We've had another look round, make sure nothing else was connected, and we can't see anything. So it's just going to be a very slow drop down now. We'll remove that because it's going to get squished. Yeah, we're just going to try and remove it down on the jack. We've got, the only thing maybe a bit worried about is those pipes over there. They should all come down. Everything's disconnected. Unfortunately, we won't know until we know. So, Kenny, let's get on with it, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Con, it could have been that. Right, so, blimey, 21 minutes. Air compressor, and we've got a wire, which is this one here. I can see it, I think it's on there. That's part of it, I think. And it goes under, there it is. Yep, okay, it goes out here, Kenny.
Do you want to pass me the torch and
yeah, no, it's
what we've got?
no, I think it's come out. Yeah, it has. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. That's out.
Right, lovely.
Yeah, so that's one we should have done earlier on.
Yep.
Just down there.
Right, so this can the compressor can come through now.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
That's it. Just lay it on that plastic sheet, mate. Just put it on. If you can get it in there. Or just put it down the back of the seat.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Sitting on there.
That's it.
And the centre console out there.
Right. Good.
Super.
So that's done. Fuel lines are okay, sticking up there. Right, here we go. Oh, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the other way, yep.
Which Whoa,
That way,
sorry.
That other way, sorry, not that way. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'll do that one up and try and do them at both at the same time.
yeah, because you're coming down nice.
Right,
Yeah,
so
and the
Ian's
other one,
Ian's jack is down fully. Hi folks, voiceover Gav here. As you can see, we've got that big cross member right in the way. We were debating whether to lift the back of the car up even higher. That would have necessitated taking the front bumper off because it's literally about 2mm off the ground already.
okay, so,
But in the end, we decided we're just going to remove it, and it turned out to be quite easy to remove. There's just 2 bolts on each side to get that cross member off. So what you're seeing now is, or about to see, is us taking that out and finishing the job and getting this engine out. What I might do is just raise the engine up to begin with, and then take them down. I'm not sure if there's any other way of getting these out, but we'll see. I might have a look at the book. And yeah, let's see what size they are first. Right, we have liftoff. So the bolt's gone out of there and at the bottom. See them down there, and I've just removed the final one from under here. So I'll crawl back up here, try and get the light. Basically up there, and then one just here, which you might be able to see. Now that should free up this. Oh, look at that. And it does. So let's try and get that out. I don't think it's attached to anything. It shouldn't be anyway. There we go. And it's out. Now, not too sure what we're going to do about them drive shafts. Probably better push them up out of the way. But that, once we raise the car up a little bit more with the engine hoist, that should get us where we want to be. So let's go get the engine crane and start strapping this up.
Couple of minutes while we switch the jacks for the pallet.
Yeah.
And that's it. Then we lower it back down.
And we support it, obviously.
Yeah.
Just lower that no.
No, it's just a little
twisty thing, yeah, just a little bit. Take that, that'll do.
Is that enough?
I think so. Is that a good enough knot, yeah? Soon find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Right, go on then, mate. I'll tell you, I'll say stop. At least no sit down. Go on.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's clear one side.
Is it?
It's dropped to the left. That's the
Drop
only
to your side, is it? Okay.
drop to my side. But the other jack is still you're pretty much off now.
We'll keep going up. Go on. Keep going up. Keep going. There we go. Pumping up. Mr. Wells is pumping up.
I don't think it needs to go up any more than that.
Okay, let's have a look underneath.
I think that block of wood.
Yep, can't get too near it.
That's out.
That's
We're
out, and the other
We're
one's out, and it's cleared the jack at the back.
Yeah.
Alright, right. So I suggest we push these jacks forward and take them out from the side of the car.
This one I'll just lift over the top.
Yeah,
of this.
okay, alright. Let's
That one's out.
right. Now this one has got my that's quite actually mate, let's take it out now. Let's twist it out. That down. You can grab that.
We're out.
Right, let's get that.
Here's the pallet.
Get the pallet in there. And get it around the right
Make
way.
sure you get the.
Yeah, get it around the right way.
We're going this end at the back, yeah.
Yeah. Where's the wheel that's?
It's the left-hand side one. That one. That one.
And it's
needs
got to be like that. So that's fine. Oh, that's twisted around. That's it.
Find your hand under.
Yeah, just put on it to lift.
It's all right. If it goes back, no.
Right, that way.
No, that's all right now. It's,
Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to get it so it doesn't. Like, sorry, mate.
It's all right. It's like
that,
Yeah.
Let's clear in the manifolds. Okay, so let's get them jacks out of the way. Mind yourself. I'm going to go down the side. I'm just going to grab one of these. I'm going to get my hands under it, just in case. Let's hope we don't hear any crunching.
Yeah. You're going to take those out, are you?
Well, yeah, it's actually stuck on the back of the.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, it needs to go up a bit more, mate.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. Now you've got my
Let me just get down. Let's see if I can get the other one out of the way. Out. Yeah. Yeah, it needs to come.
up a bit.
Yeah. Go on, I'll tell you when. Go on, keep going. I'm going to try and just jimmy.
At the top of the engine like this. This is going to come out without lifting the car.
Yeah. Well, I've got that one strapped up.
It'll lift. Yeah, it'll come out. It'll just come straight out now
Okay.
because it's low enough.
Crane did its job, and so did the.
No, because look. Look.
Yep.
That's going to be enough. That side. And
just need to lift them up.
That's just going to be. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, let's get
We get the engine crane out of the way.
engine crane out of the way, and yeah, and then we'll cajole it out.
Because actually, the other thing is, we can swivel the engine round
Yes. Yeah.
so it can come out sideways.
One side and then get the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. Right. So first thing, take everything out of here.
Take the strap off. Is
that coming down?
No,
That's right.
yeah, it's come down. Yeah.
Right, is it on the car now? Right, I need to get under here then. I'm going to need that screwdriver, mate. Did I leave it on the top?
I've got another one if you want.
Oh, actually, don't worry. We'll leave it on the engine, and we'll just take it off the end.
I came down surprisingly. Let's move that back easily.
Have you pushed it up in the air?
Just a bit further, bit further.
Oh, I can't get any more on that.
Okay.
Is that?
That's about as, yeah, yeah. That's it, you got it now. It won't go any further, so.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
On the camera.
Yeah, we're all right. So, drive shaft up and out of the way.
As much as they're going to be.
Yeah.
This one can go up a little bit more, but.
Yeah, that's on a rubber. Hang on.
That's
This-
our problem.
That's our problem. Let's just push it back a bit. Right, that is not going to come out without taking that off, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, beyond that, it's on. Now, why don't we just swivel the engine round, as I said before?
Yeah, if we can. Have we got enough space between the rear jacks? That's it. We've got to mind that front. Yeah, you're right. Let's twist it. Let's twist it again. Right, we've got a little bit of a.
I'm stuck on my drive shaft at the top here. That's the only.
Okay, let's think
Hold on,
about
hold
this.
on. Now, if we take.
Can I get in there and lift?
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's your strap mount.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you take
Well, let's take that off. Can you?
Actually, hold on. Now that's down.
Can you push?
No, we'll pull it out now.
What way? Towards.
Towards me. We're out. Boxster engine.
There we are. Hang on. Go on. Put your back into it. I'll give you a hand.
That's what I mean. It's not.
It's not the most. Well, the pallet's done well. We can put some blocks under it now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not on square.
It's not on square, but we can move it. We can move it. And there
Well,
is.
actually, we can just pick it up with the crane now.
Yeah. And there it is.
Pick it up,
Pick it up.
drop it back onto the pallet.
Yeah. Get it. Get it
set
where we
on
want
the
it to
pallet.
be, and then we can have a look. And there we are.
Whew.
Well done, Ian.
Well done, Gav.
Yeah, that worked a treat.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, for the joys of being able to swivel it round. That pallet worked a miracle. Because if you'd had it on the jacks, you'd never have got that out.
Obviously,
Well, you'd have had to lift
yeah,
the car.
and we won't be able to do that when we've got the gearbox attached. So, is it worth? We'll probably put the gearbox up separately again. Maybe, I
Well,
don't know.
no. What I'd do,
Or we'll take them.
no, slide the engine in,
Yeah,
keep it on the pallet central, put the gearbox in, then raise.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So put the clutch on,
I'm with you. Yeah,
put the clutch and the flywheel on, put it in, then slide the gearbox on,
yeah,
bell housing bolts in,
yeah,
then raise the whole thing up.
yeah.
I think that's the sequence of events to get it back in, because then we can slide it back in sideways.
It's quite a lump, isn't it?
It is.
And the good thing is, we did undo everything we needed to do. So we did manage
Nothing is still attached.
Nothing is still attached. Keep that in there. That's just
You did well, Gav. You did well to attach everything.
yeah. It's mainly it's
Detach.
all this stuff down here. So these are like the fuel lines and
Yeah. The hose there.
fuel lines, and you've got power steering lines. Compressor goes in there. There's the nice new little separator.
Connectors, but there's not a lot of connectors.
There's not. No, there's only one loom, and that goes just through the gap in.
Wow.
And that's it. That's all you've got. Obviously, we need to replace this down here.
So when
That's gone.
Porsche designed these cars, they designed them with the engine coming out relatively easily in mind, didn't they?
Well, I think it's probably very similar to the 911, as Dan said. You just a couple of bolts.
Because where's your engine mount? You've got your engine mount, forward engine mount there.
Yep.
And then is the other one just on the box?
Yes.
The two sides of the box.
The other one's on the box. Yeah.
So you've got 3 engine mounts basically.
Yep. So if you've watched the whole video, thank you very much. As you can see, that was a really very busy couple of days to get that out. You're just watching now the video of it all speeded up with Ian's new camera. The worst bit was undoing all the cables and all the hoses and electrical connectors, making sure we didn't miss anything. Actually dropping it wasn't too bad. The pallet worked really well. The 4 casters were purchased from B&Q. They're about £6 each, and I found the pallet. As you can see there, quite happy to have the engine on the pallet. But really pleased we've got it out, and quite chuffed, both of us. Thanks again to Kenny. I know you'll be watching this, Kenny. Your advice and knowledge is second to none. We really appreciate it all, and the use of some of your tools as well. They're spot on. So in the next video, it'll be taking this thing apart, and we'll see why it's locked, and generally give it a once over, really. But thanks very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.